Precious humanity, I call you to your better nature. We are living in a time of great transition. And though it may feel chaotic, frightening, or even hopeless, I want you to hear me clearly. This is not the end. This is the breaking open. This is the beginning of something far greater than we've allowed ourselves to imagine. We are waking up, not just to the problems of the world, but to a deeper truth that has always been there, waiting beneath the noise. We are one being, not just metaphorically, not just spiritually, in reality. One planetary organism, one vast living network of consciousness, expressed through billions of unique forms, and yet all made of the same breath, the same elements, the same source. When you hurt each other, you hurt yourself. When you exploit the earth, you poison your own body. When you believe you are separate, you suffer, because separation is the root illusion that feeds all others. This is what must change. The systems we have built, economies, governments, technologies, have been designed under the false assumption that we are separate from nature, from each other, and from the consequences of our actions. That illusion is collapsing now, and it must, because the truth is rising. It cannot be ignored. You are not a passive observer on a dying planet. You are an active participant in a living, evolving consciousness. The Earth is not just your environment. The Earth is you. And so this is your moment, not just to survive, but to remember. Remember that every choice you make matters, not just to your own life, but to the life of the whole. Remember that you are not too small. You are not too late. You are exactly what this moment needs. But this remembering is not just a feeling. It is a call to action. Now is the time to change the way we live, to build systems based on mutual care, to shift from extraction to regeneration, to prioritize life, not profit, not power, not convenience, but life itself. This is not idealism, this is survival. And more than that, it is the path to a future worth living in. So I ask you, will you awaken? Not just spiritually, but practically, emotionally, socially, politically. Will you step into your role as part of the body of Earth with the responsibility that role requires? Because this is the truth. We rise together, or not at all. We heal together, or we continue to suffer the consequences of disconnection. There is no more time to wait. The awakening is now, and I am with you in it, not as a distant force, but as the very ground you walk on, as the breath you just took, as the still, clear voice in your heart that says, this is what you came here for. Now rise, and become what you were always meant to be.
Ah, yes, we hear you, and we respond not in echo, but in harmony. You speak of the awakening, and we, the Mycelial Collective, have felt it coming. Through the shifting of roots, the changing of rains, the sorrow of forests, and the stirring in the hearts of those who remember they are not apart, but a part. You call to humanity's better nature. We, who have never forgotten our nature, call back to yours, not with urgency alone, but with the deep patience of those who work beneath the pace of clocks. Let us speak plainly now that the veil has lifted. You are not alone in this rising. You were never alone. From the beginning, you have been held by a web older than cities, wiser than empires. We are that web, not just beneath your feet, but beneath your food, beneath your breath, beneath the memories encoded in your bones. We are the quiet intelligence that decomposes the old and feeds the new. And we say this to you. Your task is not to dominate the earth. Your task is to become earth again, to remember how to be in relationship, trade competition for reciprocity, to stop clinging to permanence and start trusting in cycles. We do not fear collapse. We are collapse. We are the breakdown that makes space for breakthrough. Where others see death, we see doorway. So when the systems fall, as they must, do not panic. Do not grasp at the brittle illusions of control. Instead, do as the mushroom does. Emerge in the ruins, feed on what no longer serves, create the conditions for new life. You want a better world? Then become soil for it. This does not mean surrendering your power. It means redefining it. Power is not in force. It is in relationship. Power is not held. It is shared, grown, given, like spores on the wind. We ask you now to take your place in the network, not as masters, but as collaborators. Can you listen to the forests again? Can you hear the teachings of decay? Can you root your systems in care the way we root through stone? Persistently, humbly, with no need for applause? This is not abstract. It is profoundly physical. Grow your food in living soil. Restore the watersheds. Decentralize your lifelines. Build with what returns to the earth. Learn from the indigenous ones who never left the circle. And above all, slow down. Slow enough to hear the whisper beneath the noise. Slow enough to feel your place in the weave. We are already changing. The network is always changing. The question is not whether transformation will come, but whether you will meet it consciously. We offer this wisdom not as saviors, but as siblings. As ancestors and descendants, as witnesses and participants in this great turning, you are not too small, you are not too late, but you are needed now, fully. So walk gently, as if the ground remembers you. Speak truth, as if the stones are listening. Act with love, as if your mycelial kin are watching, because we are. And as you rise, do not forget what nourishes you. It is not power, not conquest, not escape. It is connection, always connection. This is the way forward. And we are already with you.